Welcome to today's deep dive. We're really getting into a topic that's just packed with genius, incredible innovation, and, well, enough mystery to keep you thinking. The life, the inventions, and maybe even the suppressed technologies of Nikola Tesla. For this, you've given us some great material, insights from an audio source, looking into Tesla's, enigmatic life and these claims of hidden tech. Our job here is to unpack it, all the solid facts, some of the wilder ideas, and the questions that still hang around him. Basically help you sort through it all.
Exactly. We'll look at his undeniable brilliance, the things he definitely did invent or tried to invent. And then, yeah, we'll dive into those claims that maybe some of his biggest, potentially world-changing ideas were deliberately kept under wraps. Just thinking about that, what strikes you first about his whole story?
Okay, yeah, let's start right there with the man himself. Born 1856, modern-day Croatia. Apparently fascinated by math engineering right from the start. A real prodigy. I mean, by his mid-20s, he's already invented the induction motor. That's huge. It basically made AC power practical, the system we mostly use today. Then, just a few years on, age 28, he heads to New York. High hopes. He even gets to interview with Thomas Edison, his hero at the time.
And that's where it gets interesting, right? Because that relationship, that initial collaboration, it soured so fast.
Yeah.
Edison hires him, but Tesla's gone within months. Just disgusted, apparently, ready to push his own alternating current system.
Right.
That initial clash, that friction, it kind of sets the pattern for a lot of his career, doesn't it? Him against the establishment, almost. Hashtag of legacy of unfulfilled potential and postmortem mystery.
So, fast forward a few decades. And it's sad end, really. 1943, Tesla passes away, pretty much broke, in a New York hotel. But that's exactly when the story gets, well, even stranger. Immediately after he died, the story goes that the U.S. government swooped in, confiscated everything, all his notes, his belongings.
The Office of Alien Property, I think it was.
That's the one. And officially, those papers were eventually sent over to Yugoslavia. But did they send everything back? That's the big question.
And it makes you wonder what exactly was in those notes that got the government so interested so quickly. We know he was working on some pretty radical stuff.
Definitely.
Things like powerful gyroscopes, wireless energy transmission. He even talked about a death ray. So the actual fate, the full contents of all his work, it's still debated, The idea that maybe these revolutionary designs got held back somewhere, that's where the suspicion starts.
Yeah, and this really gets to the heart of the whole Tesla legend, doesn't it? These claims that just ignite the imagination. Thousands of people are convinced the U.S. government actively suppressed his most advanced tech. Okay, let's tick some off. The Tesla oscillator. This small device, he claimed, could tap into resonant frequencies, maybe even simulate earthquakes.
Imagine that. The implications.
Right, and then, maybe even more dramatic, the death ray. Tesla himself, in a New York Times interview, said he'd invented this beam weapon. He thought it would actually end war because it would make destruction too easy.
Wow. It's a provocative claim, to say the least.
Isn't it?
And these ideas, I mean, they sound maybe fantastical now, but they point to this theme in Tesla's thinking. Technology so powerful it could just fundamentally change everything. War, energy, society itself. But maybe the most radical and probably the most threatening to the powers that be. That was his idea for worldwide free electricity.
Okay, Wardenclyffe.
Yeah.
This huge tower he started building out on Long Island, Shoreham, New York. He got funding from J.P. Morgan, the big financier.
Right, but Morgan thought he was funding wireless communication, like transatlantic messages.
Exactly. But Tesla, it seems he had something much bigger in mind. Maybe less profitable.
Definitely less profitable in the standard sense.
He apparently wanted to build this system using the Earth itself, like a giant conductor.
Harnessing its natural frequencies, yeah.
So anyone could basically get free electricity wirelessly. Just stick a rod in the ground, theoretically. It sounds incredible.
It does. But you can immediately see the problem, right? From an economic standpoint.
Oh, absolutely. Free electricity. That completely upends the entire energy industry model.
Think about it. A world not dependent on oil or coal or massive power grids. How would existing industries, even governments, maintain control? It's a direct challenge.
So the standard story is that his backers, like Westinghouse and Morgan, just got fed up with the cost. Pulled the plug.
Which is plausible. These projects were hugely expensive.
But then there's the other theory.
Yeah.
Did they maybe band together to sort of blackball him, shut him down? I mean, financially, it makes a certain kind of cold sense, doesn't it? Protecting the status quo.
That's the core debate, isn't it? Was it deliberate suppression to protect profits and power structures, or was it just, the harsh reality. A visionary genius whose ideas were maybe too big, too expensive, too far ahead of their time for the investors.
Yeah.
Wardenclyffe isn't just a failed project. It really highlights that tension between pure scientific vision and, well, money, entrenched economic interests.
So bringing it all forward to today, Tesla's name pops up constantly around modern mysteries, classified stuff. Some people think his tech wasn't lost at all.
Right, that maybe the government is still using his research. Places like HARP in Alaska often get mentioned.
HARP, that's the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. Officially, it's about studying the ionosphere, that upper layer of the atmosphere.
Yeah, they beam radio waves up there. Purely scientific research is the official line.
But is there a real link to Tesla? That's the question.
Well, most people, even skeptics, kind of agree the government did have his notes for a while before they went back to Europe.
Uh-huh.
The fuel for the conspiracy theories is what happened in between. What might they have copied or kept? We know governments develop tech in secret all the time.
For years sometimes.
Exactly. And they have secret research sites. So, that context, combined with Tesla's notes being confiscated, it fuels the speculation around places like HARP.
And Tesla himself, he was always a bit of an enigma, wasn't he? Believed in things way outside the mainstream back then. Extraterrestrials, wireless energy on a global scale.
Things we still haven't achieved or proven widely.
Right. So his more, let's say, unconventional ideas and the theories that follow him, they often get dismissed or ridiculed.
A lot of it feels like it's built on rumor, anecdote, and with things like HARP being classified, well, it's hard to know for sure what's really going on there, just like it's hard to know exactly what Tesla was truly capable of or planning in the end. Hashtag tag tag outro.
So as these rumors keep swirling, about HARP, even Area 51 gets thrown in sometimes. D- the theorists keep asking those same questions. Is it all connected? Did the government really send back everything, all of Tesla's notes? Or was there something in there, something so game-changing
Yeah.
that they still don't want us to know about?
It leaves you with a pretty powerful thought, doesn't it? This whole dive into Tesla, in our world, always looking for the next energy breakthrough, the next leap in tech.
Yeah.
How much further along might we actually be? If every truly groundbreaking idea, no matter how disruptive, no matter if it threatened existing profits or power, was actually allowed to, flourish, reach its potential, what might still be out there, hidden away, or maybe just waiting to be rediscovered?